Now, the queen of rock and roll, Suzi Quatro, is back with a brand new album with Katie Tunstall. It is called Face to Face and it is out this August. Now, we spoke to Suzi a while back talking about her career over the last 5+ decades and where it all started. And here is a clip then from the podcast. Now, you can still hear the full feature. To do it, head over to the website at www.theclassicrockpodcast.com, or you can find it on any of the main streaming providers. Detroit. Alice Cooper, talking a couple of days ago, said this is the best musical city in the world. And if you run down a list of the alumni, Cooper, Franklin, Seeger, Diana Ross, Grand Funk, John Lee Hooker, Madonna, and of course, you. Is he right? Is it the best musical city in the world?
Oh God, yeah, we've had this conversation many times, me and Allison. In fact, a lot of the other people from Detroit. It is. It's got there's an edge to the city. There's an electric, and everybody who's come out of that city, you can feel that same crackle in them. Every single person. Yeah, it is the best city, I think, for music. We had the best of everything.
You had music in the family, didn't you? Literally from the get-go. I mean, there's lovely stories about you and your sisters putting on shows, family occasions, Christmas, Easter weekends as well. But it wasn't just the five of you either, was it? Your mother was a quite extraordinary woman as well. I mean, she took in something like, 9 orphan kids to look after at times as well.
Amazing. She was a real mom. She had 5 kids, and then through the years, 9 different orphans. So, she was the kind of mom that you could eat off the kitchen floor. It was that clean, crazy. But she was a big influence in my life. A strict Catholic woman with a sense of mischief about her too. And everybody that met her, be it girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, whatever, they all absolutely loved her.
You always said that you knew you would be famous, but you didn't actually know what route you were going to follow, actress, singer. And surprisingly for some, you thought you might be a comedian.
I am actually very funny, and I did write a letter to Red Skelton. He was a very well-known comic, and he had his own television show. And I wrote him a letter and said, "Dear Red, I'm very funny, and I think you should hire me for your show." I was about 10, and he never got in touch, and I was really devastated.
You wrote that in the back of a card, didn't you, on a road trip?
I did. It was my first professional rejection.
Did you deal with it well?
Yeah, I guess so. I figured, oh well, he doesn't want me. Yeah, I always knew I would be in the profession. Let's put it that way. And I didn't know which avenue it was going to take, but I knew I would be an entertainer doing something because I love performing in front of audiences. And I'm also extremely creative, very prolific writer. I'm an artiste, if I can use that word.
Yeah, no, it's good. You like many others, I imagine, the moment that changed it all, and you highlight these moments. The Ed Sullivan Show, a Sunday night, 8 o'clock? We didn't have him obviously over here. First of all, it was Elvis Presley.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. They are pivotal moments in somebody's life, all these things. I was only 5.5, and it was a essential viewing for all American families. We all sat down at 8 o'clock and we watched it together because it was a variety show. And at the end, he'd always bring out something for the youngsters, as he used to say. So on came Elvis Presley. I always remember during Don't Be Cruel. And my elder sister, the eldest one in the family by 9 years to me, she was just the right age and she started to scream. And I looked at her and thought, what's the matter with you? Why are you screaming? And then I looked at the television and I literally went into the set. It was like drew me in. And at 5.5, I had the light bulb moment. I thought to myself, I'm going to do that. And that's exactly how it happened. I'm going to do that. I knew it. Crazy at that age to even have that thought.
Now, there's a lot of children in Catholic families that are sitting here right at this moment thinking you were allowed to stay up until 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, which is a school night, and you were allowed television on a Sunday.
Uh-oh. We did have family get-togethers. That was one of our rituals.
The Beatles were next up, and it was after, wasn't it, after watching the Beatles that you
Yes.
decided that it was going to be a band and you were all going to get together?
Correct. It was again, so strange, another pivotal moment, and it was again the Ed Sullivan Show. And the Beatles came on. They did. I saw her standing there, I believe, and we all got on the phones after that. We called our two sister friends that lived around the corner, and the other girl lived around two houses away. And her dad played my dad band, which is strange enough. And we all were talking, excited. And my sister Patty, the one in the year next to me, the older one to me, she said, "Why don't we start an all-girl band?" And we all thought that was a great idea. I didn't so much care if it was girls. I just wanted to play. And I never did really care, but she cared about it. Anyway, everybody grabbed an instrument, and I didn't speak up quick enough. So I just said, once the blah, 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 blah died down, I said, "Hey, hello, what am I going to play?" And Patty said, "You're playing bass." And it's strange because I already played percussion and piano, real good. I was schooled in both those. So I went and asked my dad. I said, "We're having a band, Dad." And my dad's a musician, and he had everything in the house that your little heart desired. So I said, "Do you have a bass I can use?" And he said, "Sure." And he gave me a 1957 Fender Precision. That was my first bass. Unbelievable, because it is the Rolls Royce of bass guitars.